All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Coach Collins, if you could open us up with a statement before we open it up for questions.
All right, thanks, Mike. Appreciate you guys coming out today. Hopefully you enjoyed the all access and Mike was friendly to you. Really good work. Coach Corral and our strength staff did a really good job getting the guys ready for preseason. Tremendous depth at a lot of key positions. Probably a lot more depth than we've had. It's exciting. The guys flew around, took care of each other, and just exciting to be back on the grass with the fellas. So just really good vibes amongst the guys. Had some really good leadership moments over the summer. You could see that in play today out there as they were playing football. So really excited. We've got a couple of newcomers that I've not been able to talk about yet in depth. But over the summer, we were able to get a couple of new guys. Brent Samaglia, kicker from the University of Tennessee, came in from the SEC. Really excited about him. KJ Kirby, a big offensive lineman, is here and in camp. Keon White, one of the top defensive ends that was out there in the country, is here now. Trad Beatty, that's our first guy from the previous stop, Temple University, has come to play quarterback for us. He's been a really good addition in the locker room, understanding exactly what we do and how we do it. And then Azende Ray, Wanye's brothers here in camp, and I'm just excited about them being a part of the program. And the guys have welcomed them in, taught them our processes, taught them our standards, our expectations. We're still obviously really young, but you just see the maturity, the level of focus, the attention to detail right from the jump, and really exciting. So with that, questions, Mike?
Okay, we'll go ahead and open it right up for questions. Rod, if you want to get us started.
Hey, Rod.
Hey, Jim. You talked about the depth that you put on the
Yep.
squad. By installing the ATL, did that accelerate the ability to add depth to the squad?
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that, Rod. And that's, our whole philosophy. We don't worry about depth charts around here. We're just letting guys play that are ready to play and when they're ready to play. And just, we had one of the youngest rosters in the country last year. I think we probably still do. But just the amount that they've played and them understanding that if you prepare, you put in the work, and you're ready to play at a high level, you're going to get reps and you're going to get to play. The other piece, and I spent a lot of time on this morning in our team meeting, is the special teams component. Everybody saw what Presley Harvin did last night, hopefully, dropping bombs and dropping dimes on the 6-inch yard line or 6-inch line. Just the special teams piece is huge for us. Jalen Askew, one of the elite gunners in college football over the last 2 years, is with the Miami Dolphins as an undrafted free agent, doing great. Nathan Cottrell, one of the top gunners in the country 2 years ago. And then Jalen Camp, a big reason that he was drafted and a big reason he's going to have success is because his focus on special teams. The guys understand that. They understand the premium of that. We tell stories about the importance of it, and those things are real. So the desire to get on the field starts with special teams, and then it goes into every phase of our program. So fired up about that piece.
Go ahead, Miles.
Hey, boss.
Last few years you talked about.
Is that true? Okay, you're good. Go ahead, Moss. That was a quality social media post by YouTube. Anyway, I'm sorry. All right, go ahead, Moss. I'm sorry.
Last few years you talked about setting a tone and measuring a culture with this
Yep.
team. You guys are still pretty young. You just touched on
Yep.
it, but now year 3. How does that translate from culture to we're competing for ACC?
Yeah, so here's one of my favorite things, and it was palpable yesterday as the guys were coming in the meeting. There is a focus, there's a level of maturity that we've been trying to build, and it's finally there. The ability to focus in our meetings, just the way they're carrying themselves, confident, not a lot of rah-rah, not a lot of silliness. It's about coming in, focused. Here's the process. We understand the process. We understand the expectations. Now let's get to work, hold each other accountable, uplift the standard, and it's an exciting time. In the past, it's had to come from the coaches. The energy levels had to come from the coaches. But right now in the program, I'm able to just talk ball, X's and O's, scheme, technique, and the guys at this point are handling everything else, and they're doing a really good job with that piece of it. It's exciting.
Ken?
Hey, Ken. No, it's just the level of focus, just the demeanor walking in. Again, I hate to use this word, but there wasn't a lot of silliness. It was just, we're here. We really love each other. We feel confident in the direction that we're going. We've put in the work. We've taken our lumps. Now it's time to take the next step, and it's exciting. And I even watched it because there's different points of the day and how we do our process that other people are talking, and just how they can dial in, how they can focus, show respect, give respect, all of those things is really cool. And it's just a good vibe, and it's a good demeanor that they have right now. We just got to continue to build on that as we go throughout the preseason. But I think we've got some really good leaders. We had a leadership meeting. I think there was probably 33 guys in the meeting, and they're real guys that have played a lot of ball and have put in the work. They understand what we do, how we do it, and they can teach it to everybody else. Really, really cool.
Kelly.
In terms of
Hey, Kelly.
your wide receiver room seems to transform the light, a lot of new guys and a couple of transfers there.
Yep.
Can you kind of talk about where that's at?
One of my favorite things. So when we go to the summer workouts, Ryan Horton, our director of applied science, him and Lou Caralla, they get the catapult numbers that they do every single day during the off season. And that group in particular, the wide receiver group, every single day, it is just unbelievable the amount of work that they put in, controlled, focused, really good work. And then you see it pay off today. I think we have 19 receivers in camp, I believe. So that adds a lot of depth, and they stay fresh and are able to go. But it's a really good room. Coach Dixon's done a tremendous job developing that room, recruiting to that room, and it's an exciting group that's got a lot of depth to it too, Kelly.
Thanks, Rod.
You look out there and you see a lot of guys that have gotten a lot bigger in the off season.
Yeah.
What can you talk about the off season conditioning?
Yeah, so first it starts with the guys and their work ethic, their demeanor, taking it seriously, and then just buying into everything Coach Caralla does and puts in place for them. And then you just look at, the first thing we did when we came back as a staff, looked at all of their numbers and their strength gains from back in January and even when we first got here, and just the numbers are through the roof, and the quality, depth, and the strength gains, it's really good. And I think you can just notice it. Were you guys out there for the pre-practice walkthroughs and those kind of things a little bit? Just the length and the depth that's almost at every single position is pretty exciting.
Alex.
Just given everything you just said,
Yep.
are you expecting that to translate to wins this year? And what are your goals? What are some of
The focus on what's important now, and every single game focus on winning that game, but you got to win every single day, and we've talked about that every single day. That was a big theme yesterday in the meetings, and the guys are invested in it, and so it's exciting.
Kelly.
You went from a very thin young defensive end position to
Right.
a veteran. You have even like freaky guys like Kevin Harris do that, and then bring kind of an X factor.
Yep.
You have Keon White now. Kind of just talk about where that is and how much that changes your defense.
Yeah, you had Kevin Harris, who's just put up ridiculous numbers this summer. He's 6'5", close to 240, 39-inch vertical. On a daily basis, he's hitting 20 and 21 miles an hour, which is skill position numbers. And then you add the depth that we've developed. Jordan Dominic has been a proven player for us in this program. Jared Ivey, Kyle Kennard did really good as true freshmen last year, even started some games. Antonius Clayton, everybody knows, the relationship that he and I have, and, how far he's come. And then you got Josh Robinson, you got Noah Collins, who are true freshmen that are both 6'5", 6'6", and then you have Keon White. He's 6'5.5", 280. And then Kevin. So it's an exciting group. And again, Coach Coleman has done a great job developing that group and recruiting to the length, the speed, the things that we look for at that position to make an impact. So there's a lot of depth at that position too.
Matt over on the left.
Yeah, bud.
Jeff, I'm curious if now that man image and likeness is a reality,
Yep.
is it less, I don't want to use the word distraction, but less working right now, so
Right.
less
Right, we did.
preparing for it.
Yep.
So see
Well, the other thing about the name, image, and likeness, it's part of our DNA. So we haven't really had to change much. That's always been who we are and what we do. Now it's just to a point where the guys can profit off of it, and that they understand our stance, that we're completely supportive of it. We want to make sure everything is in place for them to maximize, everything that they can get from, everything that has to do with their own personal name, image, and likeness. But we have such a good locker room of a bunch of guys, high character, very intelligent, and understand why those deals will happen for them, and they're committed to it, and they're good dudes that still want to be a part of a team and uplift the team, even while some of them might shine, but it's all in a team setting. They've handled it great.
Is it any easier for you and your staff to manage now that it's here and up and running as opposed to before when you had to anticipate, you think it's going to work like this, you think it's going to work like that?
Right.
Now it's working, it's going. Is it any easier? So it's almost.
So we've got our athletic department, Todd Stansberry, our AD, and then Simmet Shaw, Reed Fair, and have done a great job with the educational piece and the communication piece and the transparency with it. So they know exactly who to go to if they have any questions. They trust the information and the guidance. And I think that's the biggest piece too, is the trust, the communication, the openness to have those kind of things so they can elevate everything they get out of it.
Jacob here.
Hey, Jacob.
So a couple weeks ago, previously, you talked about how much work Jeff's been putting
Yep.
in the off season. So I know it's early. Have you seen that manifest like leadership in practice today, or how do you expect to see that?
Well, even over the summer. I mean, he did a great job over the summer. He's got a quiet confidence about him, but every single day, everybody in our organization see how hard he works, how much he studies, how much he prepares, how much he cares. And then back to the name, image, and likeness thing, he's a team first dude. He plays a high profile position. He's a really good player, deserves everything that he can maximize, but he still puts the team first. And I think that's a really good combination from a leadership perspective that he just inherently has. And he's done a great job all summer, did a great job organizing everything yesterday, and then even today being the leader of it. So really, really, really excited about him.
Kelly.
Coach, in terms of just the COVID protocols,
Yep.
that kind of thing, you could tell when we're out there how organized that piece of it is.
Yep.
They allow you guys to coach a little bit more now that you have experience kind of and have some processes in place.
Yeah, well, my favorite thing about all of this is the first time, yesterday and today, were the first team meetings we've had since 2019. In our team meeting room, we still had mitigation strategy. We still had protocols. The guys handle all of those things really, really well. But it was really good to have the team back together in our team meeting room, still protocols and all those things, but they just understand where we are, what we need to do relative to what's going on in the community, and they've handled it really well.
Take another one for Miles.
Hey, Miles.
Coach, sort of bouncing off the question of Jeff, what kind of development have you seen from Jameer in this offseason that
Yeah.
you expect bigger stuff?
Yeah, but it's the same thing. I look at his catapult numbers all summer, and they're just through the roof. Just his workload capacity, his speed, all of those things, and he just comes into work every single day. And when you have a bunch of really good players that also are fully invested in how we do things in the culture and being really good teammates, that's really, really exciting. So, and I think everybody respects the work that Jameer puts in, and what a good dude he is. He's a really good player too, but he's a great teammate first and foremost, and he works really, really hard.
Okay.
I mean, that's smart, but I mean, we're over 85%. I think within, I don't want to give too much specifics, but I think we're going to be over 90 within the next 2 weeks. So the guys have done a great job. Our medical staff, our training staff, just the educational piece with the guys has been really good.
Rod.
When you came in and revamped the roster, one of the positions that probably needed the most work was the offensive line.
Yep.
Do you feel like you're in a position now where you're comfortable? Because you see guys out there playing guard, look like the guys who are playing tackle.
And I think one of the biggest, and it goes back to development of the guys that we have on our roster, and then the recruitment and the development as well. And I think Coach Key has done a great job with that position, and the position flexibility piece has been really good. Like you look out there today, and there's guys throughout the course of practice are moving and being interchangeable parts just to figure out who are the five that are going to play at what positions, how we're going to move guys around throughout our ATL philosophy to play. And I think he's done a great job with the development piece, the recruiting piece, the position flexibility piece that we need. And I think that room, from a leadership perspective, from a cultural perspective, how they affect everybody on the team, in a really good spot.
Are there any more over on that side? No? Anything else? Go Kelly and Jacob. Then we'll wrap up, unless we'll wrap up with one last one.
They want to talk to the players, Mike. They're done talking to me, buddy. There you go.
We saw Dexter Leo make a really nice catch today.
Yeah.
Getting some size on the outside.
Yep.
Kind of how important is that to the team? Because that seems like kind of a missing piece you guys have.
Yeah, absolutely. He's just, I mean, Leo's 6'5". I think he's upwards 222, 224 now. And just, there's some little things, splits and releases that obviously day one, Coach Dixon will get fixed. But 6'5", you can't make guys 6'5". He's 6'5", and tremendous ball skills. And so just excited about him, and then the depth and experience that we have at that position to being able to bring Leo along. I think it's impressive. And I think another person I don't think I've talked about enough is Kyrick McGowan. What he has meant to this program since he got here in January, from a leadership perspective, from a calm, confident, focused demeanor, has been really, really impressive. I mean, he's a young man that's played in 2 Big Ten championship games, and he's come in and brought just a quiet confidence, a work ethic, a process. He's a great player too, but those kind of things have resonated with the guys, just his demeanor and how he handles himself and handles his business.
Okay, we'll do 2 more. We'll do Jacob. We'll do Dennis.
Hey, Jacob.
And so, I mean, you mentioned Presley earlier. How cool did you see?
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah, I was, always worried the amount of retweets that you pop out there, but every one that was showing something Presley was doing was even more impressive than the next. But, around here, we're not surprised. He ended up on 2 graphics this morning in the team meeting room, and, every day. So after we get done with practice, we'll have meetings all afternoon, and we'll have a weight training session. We'll have a team meeting tonight, all those kind of things. I always wear T-shirts of guys that are in the NFL that have played for me. I'm rocking the Pittsburgh Steelers T-shirt today, just in honor of Presley. So,
Ken, if you want to wrap us up.
looks pretty good, doesn't it? Looks pretty good. So, yeah, there's no doubt. He's, I was here when Calvin played too. And, I think it's a good number. It looks good on him. And, there's everything in this program is earned. So he's got to earn to be able to play at that level and play at that status. And I know we'll talk about it, or the guys will talk about, I'll talk about it to the team. But, Sunday night, Calvin Johnson going into the NFL Hall of Fame. That's awesome, man. I used to run his MySpace page back in the day, and now he's going to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It doesn't get better. Anybody that had MySpace on your Geoff Collins bingo card, you get bonus points today. That was you, Kelly? Yes. Awesome. He was. Yeah, so, he did a really good job in the spring, trying out playing quarterback, and just saw a need to be back on the defensive side of the ball. And I'm just so proud of him. And, we love Demetrius. He's one of the Ultimate Iron Jackets, one of the top 6 workers in the offseason in our entire program. And, he just wants to play. He just wants to help the team. And I think just knowing Demetrius, if it was playing safety, if it was playing linebacker, if it was playing quarterback, he would do anything to help this team. He is such a good dude. And I'm blessed that we get to coach him. But, he's an NFL player, whatever he decides to play. And if it's linebacker, he's going to find a way to get there. So